Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your top. Welcome to the Crypto Lever Show, baby. Damn, sorry, I had the remix there playing twice. I saw that at the end there. Sorry about that. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. It loops when I don't mute it from the regular mixer for whatever reason. I'm sorry about that. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate what's up with my tile recently? There we go. I don't like when I got that space, baby. All right. Shout out to all the beautiful people out here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being absolutely amazing. I'm with the brown and the yellow today. Interesting. My wife picked it out. Shout out to BB. Thank you for the outfit, baby. Appreciate that. I've been hobbling around. Not so easy for me to get around. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Bitcoin at 69,600. We're going to continue the pump. The model just played out here for BTC. And we're going to find out. Let's put the lemon into the water. They say lemon is a natural positive. It just makes you feel positive. Smell a lemon in the morning. Just the smell of a lemon can get you going. I mean, it's just amazing, right? It's a sensory. Wow, it's great. Shout out to my beautiful people here. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate everybody for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that's your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lover Show. Raise it, raise the roof, baby. Raise the roof. Raise the roof. Hey. And some funny stuff happened overnight, too. I've been laughing this morning. I wanted to share a couple things with you guys that I think will get you going. But first thing I want to do is share this stream to the trading group, which I don't think I did yet. And I got to. Bitcoin live trading, baby. Shout out to everybody here. I did do an update for the group. It was too big, so I put it to YouTube, and then I forget to send the link. I'm staring at it. I tell myself, send the link. I had to go to the bathroom. Next thing you know, I forget. So I apologize. I did a beautiful update this morning, and I promise I have it. I could even show it to you guys, and I can show you the timestamp and everything, and somehow I missed it. But right here, here's my Bitcoin update that somehow I just forgot to send to you guys. It was right here, unlisted. I uploaded it. It was 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Anyway, let's talk about it. We talked about how this could be a beautiful double bottom to the upside and defy this descending triangle. And I was seeing if we could get the bounce. We did. Then I talked about how we could look for the model on the 1 minute time frame, and it actually did play out. Let me show you kind of what the model is right here on weeks. The model is when you get tight inside of a triangle above the 200 moving average when the 21 touches, and boom, we got to move. They gave half of it back already. You could say, is it going to do something like this? Doesn't look amazing. We're going to get into all this right now and more on the YouTube channel, the Crypto Lifer Show. Yeah, you're here right now. Yeah. No, like right now. No, not then. Now. Not now, but then. No, now. Yes. Shout out to everybody here. Let's take a look at what's happening here for BTC and break it down. Nice, nasty little dump here on the morning, and nobody really knows what's going to happen today. It's up and down. I'll tell you what, I do not like to trade Monday mornings. I leave Monday mornings alone until Monday night around 6, 7 p.m. That's when we start to see some type of movement. Things start to kind of roll our way, and that's kind of what I'll be looking for. Okay, let's get that like button, everybody. Let's go. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Lakochi Coker in the house. Shout out to all my beautiful people that are kicking it with the Lifer today. Thank you so much for being here. All right, first thing we're going to do is do a top-down analysis. That means we start from the beginning of the bigger time frames, and we go all the way back down to the smaller time frames, and we just see kind of what could be happening here for Bitcoin. First thing on the radar is you have to take a Fibonacci and pull from Impulse, and it suggests that we could go down to 40,000. We're not that far away at this point. You know what I mean? We're almost halfway through most of this move, and that would probably 38,000 to me keeps screaming like it could be the bottom of this bear market, but you never know. We have been in a bear market ever since the daily fell below the 200 moving average for more than 10 or 20 days. I told you that is a bear market, and the daily now looks like it could go lower. I'm going to show you why in a second here. A weekly candle close was weak last night too, wasn't too strong, and we started the next week red already. So there you have it, okay? So, yeah, what we're looking at here is the next levels of support. So you got some support at 58, and then your next level down there is about $46,000 Bitcoin. So you drop down to 58,000. You can see that's where this tweezer bottom is, and then right there where these two candles come and meet, really 4 candles kind of hit that key area at 46,000. You lose that, and you got 31K. You see what I mean? I mean, this could happen, folks. You got to be honest with yourself. You got to trade support or resistance the way you see it. You can't force it. All right? So, and we knew that once we lost the 5-day 200 moving average, you were going to the weekly. We showed you the 3-day, the 4-day, the 5-day, and how that all happens with the 200 moving average, okay? We look at the 2-week chart. It basically wicked down to the 618 golden pocket, pretty dang close, where there's support or resistance. That could be a front-run bottom there for Bitcoin. I decided to buy a lot of spot. If we come down to this area, I'll buy a lot of spot. If we come down to this area, I'll buy a lot of spot. So 47, 38, 58 are my key levels I'll be looking for to purchase more BTC. All right, those are the areas I'm going to be looking to buy more Bitcoin, if possible. All right, that's what I'm suggesting could happen here. So, is there a play? Right now, it's macro buying DCA Bitcoin. I don't really do anything else. I don't start to load up on a massive leverage trade. I don't do that stuff. If you did that on October 10th, it doesn't matter how good your entry was. You got absolutely obliterated. I never trusted it. I still don't trust it. I'm not that guy that's going to build giant leverage positions and keep them open for years at a time. I'm not that guy. Maybe I will be one day when I have enough money to lose, but I'd have to have like 100 mil and be willing to lose like 200 mil of, like 2 mil of it. You know what I mean? And I'm just not there yet. So I'm procuring what I have. I'm keeping my wealth, putting it into cash flow, and just, staying on the sidelines until I see bigger moves. But right now, this is support as resistance. 68, 69,000 is holding for Bitcoin. And we just want to make sure the 2-week candle can close above that for some support here. Same thing as the weekly 200 moving average got a beautiful bounce. That's amazing. We want to see this weekly candle flip up and close green above where this candle began. See, you got to close green above 70K for any type of, movement back to the upside. Otherwise, we may come down and even take out this wick low. So right now, it depends on really where this weekly closes. Personally, I think it'd be smart not to do anything too crazy until we see that weekly candle close, because it's going to give us a lot of information. 5-day chart suggests it's below the 200 moving average. It's got to get back above that. 3-day, same idea. Doesn't look amazing. It had a tweezer bottom. Looked like we could bounce, but it hasn't been agreeing so far. And then the 12-hour actually showing some signs of a bounce finally with this green candle right now. That's the first sign of hope right now that we could possibly get a move back to the upside. You could look at it like a very slanted, inverted head and shoulder here that is going to break to the upside. I've seen this happen. I've seen this exact shape play out. I've seen, when I started with head and shoulders, I saw the regular ones. Then I saw the twisted. Then I saw ultra twisted. Then I saw twisted, slanted, and it just got crazier and crazier until I realized that I had to see things that other people couldn't see. And that's why most people say pattern trading doesn't work, because they can't even see the patterns. It takes you years to really see the patterns that other people can't see. You get into the zone. So here we are. There's a chance that this does hold. There's a chance that this is what we're looking for, and we get a consolidative move here. I may not be wrong with my assumption we're going to move up. They just kind of, remember all weekend I had this. They did stop me out. I lost $670 on weeks. I did. Oh no, on MEXC. Right here. I did lose my money. Just so you know, I do show my losses. I made 670 and then I lost 630. Kind of stinks this morning. But it looked like it could go lower. It was Monday and I got my stop hit. So it was what it was. But hey, I did have deeper stops, to the group here at 67,000. You're still technically in if you didn't pull the trigger or you stayed inside the long. So you're still technically in, because the long I gave was like this. Right, with the stop loss below these two tweezers right there. And so you're still technically in the trade. You're down a little bit because our entry was somewhere around here if you're still holding out for a move here to the upside. So this is still possible too. If this can close green in 36 minutes, we're going to see if the 4-hour candle can close green. If it can, that's a possible entry back to the top of the pattern. That's your higher low. So I would look in 36 minutes to see if the 4-hour closes green, and then an entry there with a stop below these wicks could be a beautiful entry here for Bitcoin. And I've been using, the 4-hour and above and the candle bodies because they've been stop hunting a lot of people all around, right? So, yeah. So this is kind of what we're looking at here for the 4-hour. So basically, this is going to teach you what you need to know. And 35 minutes and 47 seconds, this candle will close. And actually, see how these are curving? It's a good sign you could get back to the 200 moving average. Let's take a look at the 1-hour time frame. The 1 hour is very tight on the moving averages. Either we're going to get rejected there, and you know what I mean? So it's kind of a big deal right here. Like, we kind of have to bounce. If we don't bounce, this is definitely could be a bearish move to the downside. And I'm going to show you kind of what the most bearish scenario is for Bitcoin right here. So same thing with the 15. So what we're looking for is throughout the day, we just want to end up here. And again, if we end up here somewhere by 6, 7 o'clock tonight, I'm going to make a long. And then we're going to long into tonight. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. So this is what I'm looking for here, is for a long for Bitcoin. I want price action to get very, very tight. And then this is going to be our long later on tonight. So let's see if we can shoulder, kind of head, right, shoulder slanted. I mean, it may not be a perfect one, but some type of kind of slanted, uptrending, inverted head and shoulder. But let's see it. I want to see if we could bounce. It's very important. We want to make sure we hold above these key levels. So 1 hour time frame. Let's zoom in here and show you what I'm looking for. 4 hour time frame needs to close at tweezer bottom. So very important. This candle close green in 30 minutes. So we're gonna circle back to that at about 11 p.m., 11:50. And if that closes green, we have ourselves a chance back to the upside here. It was just kind of a stop hunt on a crazy wick. It also looks, see how it looks like an Adam and Eve double top? And that could break nastily to the downside. So it doesn't look amazing right now. I have to be honest to everybody. 5 minutes below the 200 moving average. Okay? And it could resembles kind of like a bear flag that just broke out, broke back inside. You can almost say like it broke in, broke out, and it could still dump to the downside here. So Monday morning gives me the heebie-jeebies. Every time I see one way, it goes the other. It's a very, back and forth day. That's why I tend not to trade Mondays. I think it's a good time to just not overtrade. Every Monday I say this, and people probably get a little sad. Damn, Sammy's not going to trade Mondays. But it's a good day off for me. Like we traded the weekends. I did 4 live streams, including the weekly screen share, 5 live streams this weekend. We worked our butts off this weekend. We created consistency and a relationship of consistency with the people that watch. That's the key. You can tell everyone, hey, trust me, join my trading group all you want. You can say, hey, look at me all you want, but just show up every day. Do the hard things. Do the things that most people can't do if you want to earn the respect that most people don't get. Amen, right? Most people aren't going to work that hard. They're not going to go every single day. It's just not going to happen. So if you feel like you've got it in you to keep going every single day and you want it bad enough, then you can get it. All right? And people will respect you. You don't have to say a word. Just show up every day and people will respect you. I'm telling you. That's how you earn the respect of your family, friends, coworkers, everyone around. Just keep showing up and do more than everybody else. And they're just going to be like, man, there's that guy that just always seems to get it in. He never says a word. He doesn't focus on the negative. He doesn't talk at the water cooler. He doesn't mention other people. He just grinds. Mondays are usually down days. Yeah. Memes are so easy to trade. I don't know about nothing's easy. Yeah. Get away from that whole idea that anything is easy and that you'll have a better life. And my number one thing my dad told me, nothing is easy. Nothing's easy, Sam. Nothing is easy. And the second you tell yourself it's easy, you start telling yourself it is easy. And then when it's not, you're like, wait, what happened there? All right. Consistency is the secret to success. Amen, brother. Had a good weekend. Thanks for all the good lessons. Amen. Yeah. Someone wrote USDC is easy to trade. Yeah. And so this person said, I wanted to join the Discord. Yeah, it was me. I emailed you. Here's the reason. When we put people in the Discord for crypto, we have to put your name, say crypto, and then we have to go find someone every time. That's a lot of work for the staff, I have to be honest. And so I made an executive decision as the CEO about, a year and a half ago. And I said, if they pay in crypto, they got to just pay for 3 months. And we'll give you a better discount for paying in crypto. So you get hooked up, but you get, That way, every 3 months, we can check on the crypto people. If every month we had to check on the crypto people, it's more on my staff. So I want to make everybody happy. And then someone says, hey, I want to just pay for the month, for the week. I'm here every day, man. When everyone says, hey, I want to try out the Discord, I'm here every day. Nobody gives more free information than me in the entire internet. So you already understand what's going to happen. Okay? So you don't need a free month to find out what happens. Okay? Yeah. Too many people trying to be Sammy. The second you join the Discord, we have a read first and a watch first. Inside of these, watch first and read first, they're going to tell you to turn off your friend requests, how not to get scammed by someone claiming they're me. If you don't watch the watch first and the read first, you may not understand Discord. You must watch those videos first, please. Please. Jamie, can we make a capacha that says I will not answer DMs from other people? I think they have that in another Discord, and I think we should implement that. Yeah. Yeah, turn off your direct messages. Yeah. Nobody can be Sammy. And think about it. I have a ruptured Achilles. I have 3 kids and a wife that, fight for my attention. I have a Discord that I'm running. You think I have time to go through the DMs? Ask yourself logically. Sam Price, 104,000 subscribers, travels around the world. You think I have time to go right now, wake up in the morning, go to all my DMs, all my direct messages, and look at every single direct message? You see what I mean? Do you think I have time for that? Definitely not. No way. I just don't. So just remember, man, I don't have time for that. So if you think you're getting DM'd by me, there's no way. Also, why would I bring up, other people say I bring up a product when I DM them that I've never mentioned online? You can always come to the live stream. This is why I don't understand when people say they got scammed or schemed on. You can come to the live 7 days a week. So say you get a DM from someone, you're like, that doesn't seem right. Show up to the live stream. Get yourself a $1.99 super chat and say, hey, is this you, Sam? I just got a DM. And I'll be like, no, that's not me, bro. You know what I mean? So my whole point is I'm here every day. Anyone that gets, falls to a scam or something like that, come on, man. That's on you. Like, that means you desired to get scammed. It was like so in your head, you just let it happen to you. So please, use some common sense. And I'm here every single day. It's not like I do one video. It's not like I do recorded videos. What if I did a pre-recorded video 3 times a week? You never had direct access to me, and you fine. But man, you can ask me anything, any day for $1.99. I am here every single day. $1.99 must be worth your security. And we get to 99.9% of super chats. It's like we miss 1 super chat a month or something. So, guys, this group is incredible. Sammy's free information is truly the best. If you watch for weeks, you will reach 1 level. Watch for 6 months, he gets better. 12 plus months is mind-blowing. Thank you. Yeah, I think you'll learn more once you really get with us. But you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. So look, it's all about the 4-hour time frame closing green today. If it closes green, we get a bounce. This turns into something like this. And we still bounce back to the upside. And we head back somewhere up to about $82,000, $85,000 Bitcoin. Remember the long we made here on the 4-hour is still in the money? You are still in the money on this long. So keep that in your head. Keep that on your mind. We're still in the money on this long from down here, from this entry that I called, right? I did a short about it. I like you, Sam, but I don't think you are humble. I asked you to check the yearly candle and you were playing rude to me. That's okay. I'm a human being that makes mistakes. Yeah. I might be rude one day. I go live every single day. For you to condemn me for one moment of my life is insane. That means you're the most judgmental person on earth. And yet basically you're suggesting that you've never made a mistake and that I can't make a mistake. See, what people do is they put me on this chopping block because I go live every day and they get to lambast me. They get to crucify me. They get to talk ish on my name. If I make one mistake, people love to just throw, How about you say, hey, man, maybe Sam was off that day. Maybe Sam made a mistake. Maybe Sam did. Maybe Sam was a little brash. But maybe he made a mistake. Maybe you could give me the compassion that I give to others every single day, and we could both kind of meet in the middle, right? Yeah. So there you go. I've just got to be real with you guys. You know what I mean? Some days I'm not exactly perfect. I'm a human being. I go live every single day, so you're going to find out so much about me. You're going to see, damn, today he might be a little irritable today, but usually I'm in a good mood. Usually I'm spreading the happiness. I'm spreading the positivity every single day. Exactly. Yeah, I'm only in the first month, but I'm learning so much from these streams in the Discord. Very grateful for Guessing Eagle. It could change my life and giving it 100% focus over video games and bad stuff. 100%, man. 100%. Yeah. So there you have it. Yesterday's up, we were on the move and trust ourselves. Exactly, yeah. It's called grace. How about we give each other grace? Wouldn't that be wonderful? 100%. Yeah. Why throw stones at someone who works so hard for the people? Amen. Yeah. I was in a short all last night. I wanted to tell you that I thought it was short, but didn't have enough conviction to articulate it clearly. Well, I tell you to look at the chart from the angle you always do. Hey, man, you never know. I'm happy that you went short. I did see how they could stop hunt us, Such a great point. Missed on Black Friday savings because I was butthurt about some of what Sammy said, but he's a good dude. So crazy, man. Yeah, I might say one thing every day. Who knows, man? I'm a human being. Like, damn, wow, he's not perfect? Oh, my God. Oh, my God, the guy isn't perfect. I never thought that would be possible. A YouTuber's not perfect. He might say something that offends somebody one day. Oh my God, no way. He's human. He's not a robot. I can't believe it. Right? He said hair today, gone tomorrow. That's funny. What's wrong with my hair? Exactly. Unlike O'Leary, you're funny, man. But just stay positive. Get what you can out of me. Learn what you can. And I'm going to be as positive as I can like 99% of the days. And even you know, you're right. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have said anything about the week. But I think I actually, after I said it, I think you tuned off and you don't remember that I actually joked around. I said, no, I'll look at it for you. And we ended up looking at it, though. So, anyway, I'm usually joking around. So, probably a soft liberal. Soy boy. Soy boy alert. You know. Sam, could you take a look at ETH? It kind of looks like a parabolic curve with a 15-minute. Yeah, don't forget how much pain Sammy must be in, too. Be compassionate, peeps. They just need some lemon water. He looked at it. I know, I did look at it, too, right? I did end up going at it. Yeah. So this 4-hour could end up turning into a beautiful move back to the upside here. It's actually looking pretty strong. And that would be a higher low in the 4-hour, which would assume we would, and look, there's a higher low, that's a higher high, that's a higher low. You would assume we would take out the low. So I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin, and it actually could prevail to the upside. You got to let it bounce off. Yeah. You're a good dude, Sammy, and a great father. Much love. Thank you so much, man. Yeah. Have you ever worked a night shift? I did for 6 years of my life. From 7 to 3, man. I used to get off at like 1:30 in the morning. Yeah. They're stop loss hunting right now. That's what it looks like. I'm looking for this higher low to hold in the 4-hour time frame and for this to continue up. This is what I'm predicting is going to happen based on my years of doing this. We're going to basically consolidate. We're going to hold this third higher low in a row. 1, 2, third higher low in a row. We close in 20 minutes. That's going to be a big deal on a Saturday on a Monday morning, right? When they're trying to throw you off completely. And look at the chop right now. See? Up and down, up and down, up and down. That would drive you crazy on the morning. And you can see my model played out and then gave it all back. And then now it's trying to play out again. We're above the 200 moving average. Interesting. Interessante, right? And look, I mean, again, we're looking for the model again. You're looking for some type of flag here on the 1 minute time frame. So look, we just gave you the monthly all the way to the 1 minute. And you can see, look at a double bottom on the 1 minute that played out. Womp, womp, boom, right? And now we're back above the 200 moving average. Let's take a look at Bookmap. Bookmap has liquidity. It's showing us where the movement is. And wow, it suggests that we could get all the way back up to $70,000. You see that? But there's still a glob of liquidity all the way down to 56.72. So it could go either way on the board. The closest red technically is 75K though. So if we had to go somewhere, it looks like we would go to 75,000. The bot is still going strong. I did shave it and had to add collateral. I brought my liquidation down to 23,000. My liquidation for the bot was 61,000. It looked like I was going to get taken out, and I think I would have. And, you know, I didn't realize because my collateral was in Bitcoin. As Bitcoin went down on the bot, the liquidation went up, and it got sketchier and sketchier. So what I did is I shaved a very small amount. I was up 35,000. I shaved 12 grand off. And then what I did is I pumped 100 grand in collateral of US Tether behind the bot. And what that does is that lowered the liquidation all the way down to about to 23,000. Now that could change as Bitcoin loses value. And so, you know, I did the math. I believe if we get down to like 38, my liquidation could come up to 34. So it's kind of sketchy. Hey, Lifer, what percentage of income do you think is reasonable for someone to invest in Bitcoin? Thank you for your love. I wouldn't tell you that. It depends on you, your life, what you think about Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? For me, I was all in at the lows right now because it has gone from $100. You know, when I first started looking at it, it was $350. Now it's gone from 300 all the way to 100,000. You know, now it's sitting at what, $69,000. For me personally, I think it's good to have 30% of my net worth in BTC, but it depends on the person. You know, Michael Saylor keeps buying more. He bought even more today, so it depends. Again, and I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice, right? So, yeah, it really depends on you, your risk tolerance. Some people can't handle it. They put 30% and then Bitcoin goes up and down. See, when I buy Bitcoin, I say I'm getting out of the monetary system to get into a different asset, something that's like neutral to the dollar. I'm not going to get hurt if the dollar loses value as much. So that to me, it's really just an offset. It's an offset investment, so that I don't have all my eggs in one basket, right? I personally like to have some cash. I keep cash. Let's say I had $10 million. You know, $4 million in Bitcoin. You know, $5 million in real estate. Right? That's $9 million right there. And then $1 million in cash, or, you know, maybe let's say $4 million in real estate, maybe like 500 grand in gold, and then 500 grand in cash. And then I keep raising capital until my capital gets up into like 1.5, 2, 3 mil. And then I'm looking for a deal. I'm either looking to take the 2 mil with someone else, 6 mil, and then we go buy an apartment building. We put 6 million down and we buy a $30 million apartment building. We make sure that the cash flow is above the, you know, the interest payments, and we turn that into some type of cash flow. That's my next idea, is to buy an apartment building. All right. And again, I'm not super rich, so I don't have the access to capital like some people do. Right. Yeah. So there you go. And I only use fiat currency just to have some fiat, so you're liquid at some point. So you don't have to, like, you know, I don't know, sell a coin or do something just to be liquid. I like to have some liquid asset. But I don't like to keep too much cash unless I'm ready to put it into something. Like, I like to raise capital. Like, oh, I find a $2 million real estate development property. I start raising capital. 500, a mil, I start stacking it. You know, then I maybe, while I'm stacking it, I also keep it, maybe I keep it in Tether on Coinbase to gain, the 5% APY or something like that. So, yeah. Yeah. And if you're not, you will be. Yeah. Sam, happy to see you again. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah. When I hit $50 million, that's when I'll decide. That's when I'll feel like somewhat rich. But even then, I'm like, you know what I mean? It just, when you put it into, when you're going after these higher highs and you're hard on yourself, then you got to, like, you know what I mean? When I was first like, oh, 100 grand was a lot of money. Then I made 100 grand 30, 50 times. You know what I mean? After you make 100 grand 50 times, not to be rude, you're like, okay, can I make 250 grand? You make that if you know what I mean? And then you start to keep pushing yourself. Man, I worked every single day for 5 years. You can only imagine the heights that have happened. And again, I want to tell you, if you find anything that you love and you work at it every single day like I do, and you keep pushing every single day no matter what, and you don't give up, no matter if you get hurt, you're depressed. Look, I'm in a boot, man. I love to show everyone the boot because I don't think people realize, but I'm in a boot right now. I have a ruptured Achilles right now. I don't even like mentioning it, okay? But I have a ruptured Achilles, and it is what it is, okay? So right now, Bitcoin has got back above the 200 moving average, right? And we want to see it make some type of flag here. You see? Something like this. I'll even make it smaller, but something like this. And then it could get further, and this actually solidifies the fact that 4 hour could be a pretty good play here. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I'm seeing on the 4 hour. I could front run it right now. I've never done that on a Monday. But to me, you know, despite what's happening here, yeah, so we're looking for this 4 hour to close a green candle. And it looks like it may. It looks like I could front run this. You see this? Now, I don't like trading Monday, but I do like taking advantage of what I see as possible. I like this right here. I'm going to take a long here without thinking about it. No crazy, not a lot of thought process here. I'm going to take a long here. I'd like to get back to 80K here, to this resistance, 80,300. And I'd like to keep my stop just below the previous low. Nothing crazy there. Right about there at 67,206. Again, do not do this at home. Don't do what you see other people trading. You don't know my strategy. You don't know how much I have in the bank. You know what I mean? 600 for 2,800. 700 for 32. I like it. It's like a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio. I'm going to front run this candle. I could easily lose the 696. Don't do this at home if you don't have the capital to burn. All right. All my investments today, I made a good amount of money. So I wake up already up thousands of dollars every day. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just telling you, create passive income. Okay. Go after multiple streams of income. I don't just make money trading. I make money off of real estate. I make money off of publishing. I make money off of so many different things. Advertising, right? I'm live every single day. Remember that. I worked hard for everything I have. Never be jealous of another man's wallet or whatever another man does or makes. Know that it's what I created is what I created from within. Nobody handed this to me. My dad didn't start a YouTube channel for me. My parents didn't hand me a boatload of money and say, here, start a channel. I didn't inherit my YouTube channel. That's what I love about YouTube, man, is I hang out now at country clubs with richer people than me, and I know they all kind of were born into this. And they don't even realize, like, what I'm seeing it from a perspective, because I was a middle-class kid that wasn't born into any of this. My dad had never brought me to a country club, only to be the caddy one time, right? So now I bring my kids places that, and my dad still produced a beautiful life for me. I'm very, very, very happy with the way my parents raised me, middle class. It was awesome. But yeah, I like this higher low here. I'm front running the fact that that's going to close green in 14 minutes. It just looks too good to be true. I mean, it looks good. And again, what it also resembles to me is kind of like the shoulder, head, shoulder. I see this slanted, inverted head and shoulder. And again, I know it's Monday. I usually wait till 6 o'clock, but this just looks like an opportune time to get in. And if they stop me out again, maybe it's a double bottom, then I'll give up on it. But I'm willing to go at this one more time. Right? Everyone is jealous of the wealth, not the work. 100%. Yeah. I like what this guy just said. He said, I'm jealous. You're not jealous, but I'm jealous of you because you have a family. I don't, bro. I have mad money, but I wake up to a pillow, not the kids and a wife. You were blessed. I love that you just said that. What I say every night when I do my affirmations, I usually do them in the jacuzzi. It lowers my blood pressure. I'm like a running guy. I run around a lot. But the jacuzzi lowers my blood pressure, calms me down. And what I do is I just sit there and I say, if I had made $50,000 today, but one of my kids was sick to the point where I didn't know what was wrong with them and I had to figure it out, I'd be so stressed. I wouldn't be in a great mood. I'd be grateful for everything, but I'd be concerned. And I don't, you know what I mean? So like, you can make all the money in the world, but if your kids are not healthy, like you're not, and I always talk about, you could be the richest person in the world, but if you're not healthy, if you're fat, if you're overweight, if you're not taking care of your health, then you're not wealthy. If you're fat, you're not wealthy, right? If you're worried about your health, you're not wealthy. So you could have millions of dollars in the bank. So you got to be spiritually put together, have a good connection to God, care about other people. If you generally want other people to win, you're in a good place. If you generally care about other people, you're in a good place. If you generally put love on others, you're in a good place. If other people winning doesn't make you jealous and upset, you're in a good spot, right? You know what I mean? Other people winning should make you happy because that means you can win. When another human being forges a path, that means you can forge that path. When you stay positive, you can see positive things in other people's lives. When you're negative, it's jealousy. It's why does he have that? How come I didn't? And it's always pointing the finger and counting someone else's, sniffing someone else's wallet, right? So the number one rule in life is to stay positive no matter what, to realize that if someone else did it, you can do it too, and to look at other people's accomplishments and be super inspired and believe that anything could happen. Like all the streamers on YouTube, everyone out here, I want everyone to win out here. I don't care who you are or what you're doing, as long as you're not scheming, right? I want every streamer to win. Now, we gave you that perfect short right there to the downside. I called the bottom. Look, I gave you the short right there. We got out down here. I called the bottom right there. And this is here we are. And then I've traded some chop, So my track record is beautiful. Nailed the short, called the long. We've gone sideways ever since. I did get stopped out last night. It looked like a nicer triangle that was going to break out. But, I'll tell you what, ascending triangles are 50-50. They're not guaranteed to win. They're not guaranteed to win. And I could get stopped out here. They could dump this. It does look like an Adam and Eve double top. I feel like I may be long and, a short right now. But it's hard to tell on Mondays. So you called the Bitcoin 59K for months. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Yeah. Bang, bang, bang. I love to see people win. God bless you, man. Exactly. Yeah, and Kevin, I always got my flip-flops on. Yeah. I think he's talking about my flip-flop. I have to wear this thing on the bottom of it, though. But thank you, Calvin. I love you, man. God bless you, bro. I love these flip-flops. They're nice. You literally said this when we first started watching. Yeah. Let's take a look at what's happening to gold. Gold looks interesting, and you can trade gold on BTCC. All right, we have a link up here if you want to jump on into any of the exchanges that I work with, Weeks, BTCC, or MEXC. Okay, nice little bounce here for Bitcoin. Look at this. You're looking for an inverted head and shoulder on the smaller time frame. Looks like I nailed the possible higher low here for Bitcoin on the 4-hour, but you never know. But so far, it looks like we could get it. Oh, now the second it looked good. Now I'm like, We'll see. And you can see this is a bigger channel here now. You see, this is a bigger symmetrical triangle that we're watching for Bitcoin. I made the same Bitcoin trade, but on demo. Okay. Sam, what is the song's name? I don't know. We got so many songs out here. This song right now is called No Matter What by Flyin'. No Matter What by Flyin'. You see that? No Matter What by Flyin'. You got to keep the vibes high, baby. You got to keep the vibes high. We got to keep pushing every single day. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for being awesome and amazing. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you. So a live trade made right here on BTC on the 4-hour time frame. This is going to take days to play out. All right. This is not going to happen overnight. This is going to take some time. All right. By 12/12, it could take 3 days to hit this target, just to make that clear. And then we're watching this tightness here too as well. Someone talked about gold. Let's take a look at gold. Gold, baby, gold. And gold did look like it was wanted to recover there. Nice little pump for gold. And gold was in this beautiful flag of the 5-minute time frame. You can see how gold was inside of a tight channel. It was touching the 21 above the 200. And that's exactly what I teach every single time, baby. Gold, baby, gold. Wow. And there you have it, gold doing some damage. And so there's the smaller time frame. You can see it's kind of a W for gold. You know what's interesting is, like, could it be in this more lateral idea? Flat here, down there, and like gold's about to do some serious damage. You could say it already broke out or it's about to break out. Both are viable. And look, there it is, the 21 above the 200 moving average. Is gold worth a trade right now? Looks like it might be. As the dollar continues to collapse, they print this money. Boom, right? Gold back to $6,350 an ounce somewhere by February. This says by February 12th or 13th. That's crazy. But does the dollar just absolutely collapse in a second here? Interesting. I'm going to look at this here on BTCC. All right. We're going to take a look at this on BTCC. And the NASDAQ getting the bounce like we talked about. Look at the NASDAQ breaking out of this flag to the upside. Look at that. Absolute rippage for the NASDAQ. And that thing could do some serious damage to the upside. Shout out to everybody here. So, look, we're looking for this. Look, gold's in an inverted head and shoulder about to break out. Look at this. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Wow, gold's about to rip. Oh, no, this is, sorry, I'm Tech 100. Tech 100 is about to blast. And remember, I talked about how the Tech 100 was going to bounce here off the low. I see this happening. And I feel like it's going to just end up back inside the pattern here that was just like a dip low. And then this thing's going to continue to rip to the upside. That was a beautiful buy there on the NASDAQ on that bounce to 29,365. And I see this bouncing. And you could even wait for the right shoulder inside of here. But let's take a look at gold. You could trade everything here. Apple, gold. You could trade Tesla. All here on BTCC. So look at this gold trade. This is annoying. I never use that thing. Wow, gold's absolutely ripping right now. I just want to see what I just saw here on the 4-hour time frame. Let me recreate this. I'm going to go to the 4-hour Yeah, it looks like it's about to just go on a massive tear here. You could say it broke out here or it's about to break out. I like either of these. So I'm actually going to open up a trade on gold right now. I know it's Monday. I know it's sketchy, but I'm seeing some opportunity here on these higher lows. And I'm going to put the stop loss at that wick. So I'm going up to 63.89. And my stop's going to be below 4672 on gold. All right. I'm going to hit advanced here, and I'm going to go what? 9 grand for 31 would be pretty big. And again, I think they only let you trade cross leverage here, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I use a stop loss, so it doesn't matter. If you use a stop loss on cross leverage, you're still just trading leverage, you know. 14 for 15. $3 grand for 11,000 on gold. And there you have it. I mean, they could easily get you. But I believe in the trade, and I believe it can do damage. See, I could get 487 as the liquidation, right? And there you have it, a big trade on gold there on BTCC. And I want to see that buy limit hit. The one thing I want BTCC to do is see when I got in there, okay, they deleted the stop loss, and that's something they should keep. So now I have to I have to go do this all over again, right? But so that's something that's annoying. So when I raise my volume, when I raise myself in, it shouldn't delete the stop loss and the take profit. So now I'm like, okay, but the stop loss is going to be right there below the wick at 46660. Right? And then my take profit is going to be, and I want all of it. Yep. And then my take profit's going to be, we know it's going to be somewhere above 6,000, right? So I just put 6,000 for now. Drag it all the way, say confirm. And then I'm just going to push that right to the spot. See that? And now we're all set, right? And then I raise this back up to like 35, 33. And there we go. And now we're in for gold, man. So if the dollar takes a tanking and this starts to rep, which it looks like it's a double bottom. That looks like a double bottom with a higher low for me. And that has a 68% chance of breaking out. I could be wrong. That's the sad thing about trading is I may not be right. Okay. This trade's looking good so far too. When you're only down 17 after a half an hour and drawdown, that's pretty good. So here you go. I made a gold trade and a Bitcoin trade. We'll see what happens as the week goes on. All right. This 1 hour looks like it's about to break out inside of a scalp too. And that's the cool thing you can do here is I could scalp this as well. You can make isolated trades. See, isolated, separated. So what I can do is I can now go to the 5 or the 1. Right? The 1 minute is technically showing a flag. That's the model because it's a flag above the 200. And I'm not saying I'm getting in now, but I like to speculate and watch it. Again, it's still a false move Monday. It's like I don't trade, now I'm trading. Funny, but you know, rare for me to scalp. But this could be a scalp now. So you see what I do? I'm got longer trades open and shorter trades open all at the same time. There you go. Now I'm not saying I'm gonna get into this, but I'm just gonna set it up in case there's an opportunity. 71,261 here for Bitcoin. Stop loss at 68.85. And shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you so much for jumping on in. I'm super excited to see everybody that is here today, and I want to focus on the people that are always sending love and positive energy to the stream. May God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. And these are smaller scalps. Like this could be 100 for 400, 200 for 600. You see? But that's the model right there. We're above the 200, touching the 21. That should bounce to the upside based off my years of doing this. Doesn't mean it's going to happen for sure. And they kind of faked it out twice already. But Mondays are Mondays, man. So just be careful. But I wouldn't be surprised if this thing does get busy and then we're able to scalp it for a quick 600. So I don't take the trade, I don't force the trade, but I just kind of have it ready in case there is a trade to be had here. Okay. Every time you say you're not going to trade, you make a trade like 5 minutes. Facts. I know, funny. Sam, you're amazing. Just question on your thoughts on silver right now. Let's take a look at silver. I'm just trading my models. The model suggests that I could go 240 for 6 right now. I'm waiting out this one candle here, see? Should buy the red candle, though. Buy the red, sell the green. But anything can happen. It's money. This could shoot right down and just stop it out right now in 2 seconds. I could lose all these trades. That's a sad thing about this. I could lose all this money. Trading is not guaranteed. It's a constant battle of probabilities. Love this channel. Helped a lot. God bless you, man. Hey, as long as people are getting information from the channel, learning from the channel, that's all that matters to me. That's my goal. My goal is to show every day, be transparent, show what I'm doing, and see people can learn from what I expose, what I show. And if you can learn from what I show, God bless you. Okay. If you're confused, just keep coming back. If you don't understand, it's okay. All right. Someone says we're going down. Anything is possible, man. Yeah. Anything is possible. Someone asked about silver. Let's take a look at silver here and see what's happening to silver. Silver skyrocketing all the way back to 82 from the low at 78. Not too shabby. Look, the double bottom there for silver playing out. And look, we even found this flag that ended up breaking out on the 1 minute time frame. Let's take a look at silver on the bigger idea here and see what's happening to silver. So silver looks to me like it's going to bounce out this flag, right? Out the 618 Fibonacci retracement. So you pull the fib from this extension, which is right there, and you can see we bounced to the 786. So then you got to say this is kind of a falling wedge, and then you can say, well, the dollar's going to bounce, and if the dollar bounces, I could see silver consolidating like this. So silver looks like it's going to bounce at least to the top of the channel. So an entry here with a stop below 64, another possible beautiful idea here for silver, because you kind of bottom, right? It's only a 1.1 risk reward ratio unless you try to go higher up to here, but it definitely looks like that's your bottom. You buy this tweezer bottom with a stop below the wick and see if this thing can make it back to the upside, right? I like what I'm seeing there for silver. Bitcoin looks like we may be able to make the scalp here on the smaller time frame. 200 for 648. And I feel like we already made the false move this morning. And now we're kind of setting up for some type of positional strength. God bless you, Sam, for coming into my life. Much more than trading. Thank you, Rave Psalm Records. I love you, man. I hope you're having a wonderful day out there with you and your family. May God bless you, brother. And I'm going to make this trade. I'm not going to live in fear here. And bang. Now I have the smaller scalp cooking too on top of the bigger. So now I got two trades. I got the big trade and the small trade. So I can fire off 600 later and keep the other trade open. This should bounce. It's the 21 above the 200. I know I don't trade Mondays, but man, I'm looking for this thing to bounce. Only problem is now you got two trades and it's like, whoa, what's happening? Partial take profit. I did something silly, didn't I? You cancel these. Yeah, so here's the initial. Huh. Hold on one second. I made the four. Even I'm getting confused. Hold on one second. So the 4-hour candle did close green. You can see that. So that should, you're basically, I'm trading the tweezer bottom. Partial take profit. Why is it so small? I think it hold on. There's an order there that's not there. Let me see. Yeah, the weather is absolutely gorgeous here in Florida. All right, I got the 4-hour trade right here with the stop below the 200 moving average. Hold on. The 4-hour trade up to 80K is right there with the stop below this wick here at 6.7. So I'm going 6.7 for 3,000. Okay, yeah. Then the smaller trade is we're on the 1 minute. All right. And we're looking for this flag to play out, right? This is the idea here. There we go. 160. And we want to go the length here. And it was for like 600. Yeah, 160 for 3 ain't really my sauce though. Both going down. Looks like I'm going to lose both these trades, man. Dang, man. And I shouldn't trade Mondays, right? Every time I say it. The 4-hour has me has me going though, right? Now they might come stop hunt me at that 200. Now it looks like an M pattern. You see, an M is, you know, this 2 candles up and you got yourself an ascending triangle. 2 candles down, you got yourself an M, and it happens that fast. Trading is just like chess. Like the second the guy changes a chess move, right? The board's not the same as it was a second ago, and that's how trading is. It's just the same way. I'm okay with that. And you have to be too. You can't. So that's why it's not about being right or wrong. It's just about taking a probability that you see. If it's right, you take a probability. If not, right? This weekend, I traded long. I hit it, right? So now we're down 150. The 3-minute time frame is kick for me to enter. 1 hour looks. I used the 3-minute for years. So funny you said that. I used the 3-minute for years. It was always like my thing. You know, I love the 3-minute. Like it just had this extra 3-minute and the 7-minute time frame. Yeah. Long-term holder support said, be careful. I don't know what that means. 3-minute has been battling key resistance the whole morning. Interesting. Yeah. Someone said I got smoked, but I'm still in the trade. How did I get smoked? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. 3-minute has been battling. I love the 7-minute. 7-minute is interesting. For sure. Yeah. Don't call me a loser when I lose. Don't call me a genius when I win. Just watch the trades, have some fun, and see what happens here. Okay? Lately, it's been tough, honestly. Just trading in general has been tough. That's what I'm at. You're the only person I see use the 7-minute. Thank you for saying that. 442K a year high block liquidity. I don't know what that means. Oh, 440, yeah, 44,000, maybe, yeah. Someone says RSI bounce up imminent. Nothing is imminent, man. It's so funny, man. People will trade less than me, way less years than me, have way less experience, and they'll tell me what they think is going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, and I have more experience than most people. So I see people with less experience than me tell me what's going to happen, and I'm always like, how do you know what's going to happen? I don't. And I've been doing this for years. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no idea what's going to happen. Right? At the end of the day, the most I could lose is $900, so I'm not overstressed and I'm not over trading. I'll still be up on the day in my income, so it'll be okay. I'd like to win, though, the trades that I put out every day on my live, you know. I use weird moving averages like the 76 that did based on, you can use anything you want. I've learned you can use any moving averages you want. You can use the 67 and the 85. You can use the 30 and the 110. You can use, it doesn't matter. As long as you use the same ones over and over again and you buy when they cross or when they're above a certain area, you'll be money. Look, can we bounce off this 200 right now on the 1 minute? That's going to be a key area for a bounce. We should bounce there. And we got gold going too here on BTCC, right? Gold trade. Every trade's down now, right? But again, that's going to happen. You're not going to be in green the second you open your trade. Sometimes I am. Right? Yeah. That'd be my guess now. Everyone's an expert. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea what's going to happen. And I've been doing this for so long, and every day I say I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I really don't. No clue. All I know is I got to add a little more air to my aircast to make it feel better. So like whenever my aircast is low, I'm like, okay. I grab a little pump. See, I got a little pump here, and I pump. That's all I know right now. Ooh, that feels nice. Now I got some pressure all around my foot, and the pressure feels good, man. Sam, you've already won in my eyes. I look up to you, and I learn from you every single day. Hey, God bless you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you to say. But you know what it is, man? Even I've been struggling, and the charts have been tough, and I can't stand losing in front of people. It's like my biggest pet peeve, and I don't want people to lose faith. Look at this craziness right here, though. They brought it right to the 200 moving average. I mean, they are playing with me right here. But that's why I use the 200 as my stop position, and I don't fear. Look at that bounce. And that could save the day for us right here. We could squiggle and wiggle and get a nice move here to the upside, right? We get tight and boom. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Sammy saves the day. Let's see what can happen. Can you pump Bitcoin with that thing? I hope we could. Yeah, old school Reebok. Pump it. I know, right? It reminds me of the Reebok shoes that we used to have as kids. Shout out if you had Reebok pumps. If you're that old school like me. That's so funny, right? So let's take a look at coin market cap. I just want to see what's happening. What's going down? Anything hotter than hot right now? Humanity Protocol still up 36% in a week. Kite up 21%. We're Liberty Finance, Decred, nothing crazy. 30% for DCR, Sky. A little bit of movement in DeFi. Nothing crazy. XRP back to 150. We told you it was going down. United Stables. Interesting. There's so many interesting new stable coins coming out now. Trump coin back to $3. Hyperliquid's holding 31. That's the one. You know, there's a few coins that we do like out here right now, but they're not amazing. Exactly. Who else lives off trading like Sambo? Once we bounced off the 200. Reebok pumps, Bo Jackson's. Yeah. Sam, I love your perspective on wins losses. You're taking your model because it's a conviction. I've been trying the anchored VWAP with your model. That will work, man. Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever makes you happy. Yeah. I think my brother might have got some hand-me-down pumps from a friend, right? My family spent their money on gambling, cigarettes, and alcohol. Don't be like my family, which is why I am not. Amen, man. Amen. Yeah, that just sounds like a bad way to live, man. Gambling and cigarettes, like a great way to mess up your mind and not be focused and not have like, you know, you're just going to steal your contentment. So we talked about a gold trade. We talked about a Bitcoin trade. You know, we looked at silver. Everything looks somewhat kosher here on the day. Let's take a look at the trending coins here. Remember, Zama was on our radar. Echelon's on the radar. And we got trending coins, most popular coins. It's funny, this was doing this the other day. Remember, like, all categories. There we go. Hey, Elsa, Warden Protocol, Rainbow, Zama, Echelon. These are what people are looking at right now for whatever reason. Baratrain Tria is on the radar, 13%. Warden Protocol, Ward up 21%. ZK Pass, which has something to do with, like, you know, privacy. Rainbow and Echelon are coins, and they're very small market caps too. You know, you're talking 5 million, 18 million. These are tiny, tiny coins. Hey, you never know. Enzo was also on the radar a little bit too. We'll take a look at Enzo and see what's happening there. Not looking good on the trades right now. Looking like we may lose that 200, and then just if that happens, I'm gonna get stopped out on one trade. The 4 hour's not gonna close, or it's gonna close another red candle, and my whole thesis and idea will go up in flames. And I'll say, yeah, I should have waited till 6 p.m. like I do every single Monday, and I don't know why I got roped in. All right. My late dad wanted me and my brother to have the Reebok pumps. He spent a whole paycheck just to make us happy. We're very low means family, but my dad chose happiness than money. I will never forget him. God bless you, man. Yeah. Yeah, you still have some, yeah. Flash smack the like button for Sammy. Thank you so much. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Solana, I'm thinking it'll go down further to the 4-hour time frame, but looks like a bounce on the 1-hour help. You know, it's looking tight, but it's going to do whatever Bitcoin does. So you're better off just watching Bitcoin. We're looking for the DXY to continue this dump and go inside of a descending triangle here. You see this? And then continue its way lower. This is what we want to see here for the DXY. This will help Bitcoin kind of dig out of the hole a little bit. Altcoins too as well, right? Yeah. How did you miss the 4-hour hidden bear? You know what? Hidden bear is sketch. It's there, but it's not really that strong. So just be careful. I'm more about tweezer bottoms. I don't really stress hidden bearish divergence. Let me see what you're saying, though. Hidden bear is the one thing I probably am the weakest on. You know, I haven't made tons of money on hidden bear. That's why. Like, you know, and I don't see it all the time. But let's take a look at what you're saying, because you may be spot on here. I'm open-minded. Hidden bear div, I kind of see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, it does swing up. While price action swings down, that is hidden bearish divergence. I'll give that to you. Yeah. And now it looks like it's going to take it down. And this is what I'm saying. Like, we may be in this nasty descending triangle here, and I could just be kind of blowing hopium here, and it doesn't work out. And this might actually start to dump hard. It looks like I could be terribly wrong right now on the tweezer bottom call. But that's why I stayed with the stop there, and we'll see what happens. Anything is possible. So either this shape prevails here, and we get the bounce at the top of the channel, and I end up winning, or this kind of comes down, makes a right shoulder, and they take it, and we have to short it later on, and this thing kind of goes lower. So, yeah. I see a head and shoulder on gold on the 1-minute chart, forming left shoulder and a half a head already formed. Hey, good eye on that hidden bear. Yeah. Yeah, you're spot on. That's hidden bear, but you could say it also kind of played out with the higher low there. You see what I mean? So now we're kind of seeing if this 4-hour higher low can maintain. And that's kind of what I'm looking for Bitcoin here. And so, hey, you know, no one wants to be live in front of everyone with their money on the table. I lose, everyone makes fun of me, laughs at me, calls me, I win. Everyone says I'm the best, man. It's like I'm on the chopping block every single day here. I can't even believe I put myself out there. And look, now we're getting a nice bounce back to the upside. Looks like that 1 minute could save the day here. Off the bounce on the 200 moving average. Look how they're playing us. And again, a lot of people will say, oh, you stink. You're going to lose this. You didn't know what you were saying. And then it pumps. They'll disappear. They don't, they can call me out right now and then they disappear when it pumps. That's the one thing about people who criticize me. They get to say it right now, but then like we never get to find their name. You can't call them out. I'm the one that has to sit here and deal with the music. So, but you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if I win all these trades because I'm just doing what I do without emotion, and we'll see. We'll see. Let's take a look at the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. I'd like to see what's happening there. Total on the market cap here for crypto. So, total's in this beautiful flag of the 5-minute time frame suggesting that it could break out. We got to get a breakout here for total. And that means people will just kind of get into these altcoins, start realizing that, hey, do you want to be in the dollar for the next 4 years? Or do you want to start DCAing it as something that could make something better than the dollar? It's like, I think there's just no other options. You can trade the stock market and AI, but that's all, controlled by the pre-market and the aftermarket. You can get into crypto. You know what I mean? Or, there's Sharmuta. You're so funny, man. The Sharmuta over here. Yeah. And there goes silver, and there goes XRP. Interesting. Let's take a look at XRP. And no emotions, you just trade what you see. So look at XRP. XRP now is in a flag above the 200, touching the 21-day moving average. You could say it has this trend line going and it has this trend line going. That is my model, folks. You're touching the 21 above the 200. It suggests that you will get a punch to the upside here and you will get a bounce. So the altcoins look like they want to bounce. This wouldn't be amazing. It'd be 144 to 150, but it would be better than absolutely nothing, right? So this is what we're looking for here. Reality, people making fun of a lost trade don't respect the risk themselves. Decide risk, pull the trigger, live with it. Haters get liquidated constantly. It's in the statistics. Shout out to Grandmaster Friend, man. God bless you. I love you. Thank you so much for keeping it real and just giving people the perspective of what it is, right? Yeah. Billy, don't you know Sharmut is a Habibi sandwich? You're so stupid. The job members that are going to come out are going to, yeah. What is the longest you would hold a lever trade? No more than 3 or 5x? It depends, man. And what I do really doesn't matter, right? What would you do, right? Yeah, Whisper saying we face minor capitulation coming out of A. Yes and no, because I'm also seeing some other countries that have good energy costs. So I think that's a speculative idea that could be repeated. I don't know if I'm going to repeat that, right? Because it sounds like a good idea. I see what you're saying, though, but if gold is, think about it. Oil goes up. Electricity goes up. It costs more to mine Bitcoin. And now Bitcoin's cheaper than it ever was. But that's good. You want minor capitulation. Every time I see it, it strengthens the network over time. Get the weak hands out and get the people in. You know what I'm saying? Every time we see tightness, that's a good sign, in my humble opinion. So you want to see that type of data right now. And honestly, that data was coming out a month or two ago. I think we're seeing the back end of that data now. So I'm just saying that with a grain of salt. The 30-minute stochastic RSI looks like it wants to roll over to the downside soon. The job numbers that are about to come out are expected to be horrific. Forbes just posted 180,000 jobs were lost since the great announce voice. A swing and a drive deep left. Way back. God, Sammy kept it handy with the powerful drive to the upside. Winners live here. And we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see if I win these trades. What do you guys think? Will I win my trades? Let's do the poll, all right? Will Sammy win the trade? Will Sammy win the trades, man? We'll see what you people think. Life for you, Rock. Keep it up. I look forward to your stream every morning. Godspeed on the leg. Healing soon. Thank you, Crypto McFurdy. You know what, man? That keeps me going. People are actually looking forward to me every day. Some days I wake up like an average person, actually kind of sad and depressed. I don't always wake up in the best mood. And today was a tough morning for me. Just felt cloudy. Just felt like, I look at my leg and I hobble around the house and it's easy to get down. It's easy to, and I lost my trade last night and I just feel like, the losses hurt even worse now that my leg's beat up. And I got to have faith that I'm going to win again and things are going to go my way. But that's not easy. That's not easy. And we all deal with the same things every day, everyone. And we all have to push. All right. I can't wait to see the stronger version of you, Sam. Thank you, man. And your opinion, Sammy, forget the charts. Your sentiment is that we're in a bull market or a bear market. We've been in a bear market. I've never switched from that idea. Since the second the daily lost the 200 moving average, we've been in a bear market. Yeah, I've never told you guys that we're not in a bear market, man. Whoever said we're in some super cycle, whatever, maybe we'll look back and see the bigger picture. But when you lose the daily 200 and you retest the next resistance, like right here, like by here, I told you we were in a bear market at 99,000 because you're below the 200 for 20 days, man. Here we kind of had a quick retracement, but you have to remember the weekly wasn't as high either. So 100% we're in a bear market, folks. 100%. Without a doubt in my mind. And sad to say, the daily looks like it could still roll over here and take us to the downside. So the smaller time frames have to prevail here or we're going lower. And the odds are we're going to 43,000. You have to assume that you're going lower when you're in a downtrend. You just have to assume the trend's going to keep you going the way the trend is going. You get it? You can't one day say, oh, we're going this way. No, we're going that way. It doesn't work that way. You got to stick to something. I could see we make it all faster movements on Bitcoin going down to the bottom, then fast back up to the changing. Yeah, anything can happen, man. Don't be hard on yourself. We're all human. Just a blessed one. Take it easy, champ. This is nothing new for you. Thank you, bro. You know what's funny, too? I've been through all these markets every day, but some days you just wake up and you just don't have the same conviction in life some days. You just don't. And you got to ask God for help. You got to dig deep. And also, everyone, you have to remember that I work out a hardcore workout every day that really helps my mind. Helps me stay focused, clarifies my brain. And I've been unable to push that hard workout, right? I can't get the blood flowing. I can't swing my legs around. I'm in pain. So that's been affecting me a little bit because I can't do my morning workout, and I'm a routine guy. And I love my routines. I haven't listened to Jim Rohn in a week now because I usually listen to Jim Rohn while I work out, see? So I've already missed out on my Jim Rohns. See, even I fall off from my own patterns. And I do it every single day. So I can only imagine people that aren't as disciplined as I'm the most disciplined guy I know, and I still have issues. I can't imagine for someone who's not even as disciplined, right? Exactly. Sam, the suit and tie combo was fire. New suit? No, my wife, I got this jacket a while back. My wife picked out the suit, and I couldn't get to the I had to, we're redoing my bathroom, so I can't use my local dressing room, like my main walk-in closet. I can't access it. There's a guy in there cutting tile right now and putting tile on the wall. So I had to move basically all my stuff to the a guest room closet, and that's actually a pretty far walk from my office. So my wife takes care of all that for me and gets it done. Yes, it was injuries and accidents that threw my routine off. 100%, man. Sammy the G counting the bullet load of the clips. You're funny, man. Crypto Lifer, use Wim Hof breathwork to replace your workout. Releases a lot of the same hormones. Thank you for saying that. And I do know a lot about Wim Hof. I've been researching Wim Hof on and off for years. It looks like I could still win this trade, folks. It's getting very tight. And it is a symmetrical, though, that could go either way. And mainly they do break down. I wouldn't be surprised if they catch me off guard here. It is a Monday. It's sketchy business that I'm doing here. Well, you know what I did do is I did something simple. I just traded the 4-hour when the green candle closed next to a red one. Like, I didn't do anything crazy. I just traded this, and and I'm patient, and I know it could take a few days to play out. So 80% of the people think I win this trade. It's so funny. You guys have so much faith in me. That's why I can't stand when I mess up a trade, because I know so many people believe in me and so many people believe in what I say. Sam, can you check out crude oil? We'll take a look at crude oil. Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if we go sideways most of the stream too. That's kind of how it works. And is oil India? Is this crude oil? I don't know, really. I don't know why it says oil India. But, with the dollar dropping, oil looks like it's going up in value. And, $500 to $855 a barrel looks like it's going up. And that's going to raise the price of everything, right? Everything's going to go up again. So if the dollar keeps losing values the way it is, it's gonna affect the markets, right? And I'm gonna tell you, everyone's telling you the World War will start on February 8th, and it didn't. There was tons of people telling you World War was gonna begin. I'm gonna tell you right now, we have what's called a discombobulator. If you didn't pay attention to Trump, we have a discombobulator. It's such a good method that whoever tried to mess with us won't even tell the world what happened because they're so embarrassed. So for all you know, that there already was a world war, but it was over in 2 seconds. So what happened was Iran tried to do something. We moved in on them and said, hey, try it. Just try it. We tested them. They tried it, and all of their instruments were discombobulated. We have this thing that we can press a button. It can send a ray into the other country, and they can't see their missiles. They can't see their radar. They can't do anything. They're completely powerless. It's like a baby with his hand tied behind its back. That already happened. I'm predicting this for you. I'm telling you the facts that most people don't know. I download this information from the ethereal space and time. I don't know where it comes from, but I know it's true. So the U.S. so there's no world war. Take a deep breath. There will, say that, repeat after me. There will be, it's all fear mongering and fear tactics to get you kind of pushing into a frequency so you can bring the world's frequency down. We got to raise the world's frequency. We have to raise the vibration. There will be no world war. It's impossible, man. We have too much technology. They can't even press a button. Don't you understand? It ain't happened. So people were telling you all weekend, World War III is going to start on February 8th. Buy this Beam coin. You seen this guy pushing this Beam coin? Literally, there's a bunch of people pushing this coin Beam. I don't own any of it. I'm not into it. I don't believe in any of this nonsense. But they're telling you Beam's connected to nuclear power. Please. This thing was a $1.5 million. Look, this is when they told me Beam was going to rip. It was down here. Fine. I did see it down here. And they got it up 8x and then they dumped it in your face, right? It's just so crazy, man. People will tell you anything and anything. They'll use the fear against you. They'll use it all against you, folks, to mess with you. Look, one trade's in the green so far, and it actually is breaking out a little bit here. Looks like Sammy may win the trade. You guys might be right. Maybe the lifers know more than me about my own trade, right? And here we go, baby. Here we go. Now we're both in the green. Let's see if we can pull off a win here. Can we check USDT, please? Yeah, we just did. Oh, no, I'm just mad. But like, so oil looks like it's going to break out. And all you're looking for is the oil consolidate. Let the 21 touch on the daily, and then it's above the 200 on the 21. And I know it's broken record. I say the same things over and over and over again, folks. Bitcoin finally getting a bit of a move here back to the upside for BTC. How's that gold trade doing? The gold trade's back in the green a little bit, so just getting started here. See what happens into Monday night, all right? Vegas knows his trades. Amen. Amen. Sam, can we look at WTI, U.S. crude oil? West Texas Intermediate Crude Oil Cash, right? Is that what we're looking at? U.S. crude oil spot, CFI. Yeah. Same thing that we're looking at, right? It's doing something similar that we just talked about there when we looked at gold in India there. But so you look, I mean, that's beautiful. That's about to go on a massive tear as far as I'm concerned. And you could trade U.S. oil, I believe. Let's see if we can find the same exact structure. But that's the dollar dropping, U.S. oil popping. Let me take a look here at oil. And it looks like I might actually make an oil. I don't think I've ever traded oil. I don't think I ever traded oil in my life. Let's take a look here. If that looks the same on oil, because it's basically the dollar going down, and I could take advantage of that on any asset that actually holds value, right? So do we have that same flag on the 4-hour time frame? We do. See it right there? That tells me that that's a buy, man. It's like a breakout buy or a tightness in there. Whether it comes back to the bottom of the channel or not. And honestly, this is like basically a dollar dropping trade. Like the fact that the dollar is going to drop and everything that isn't the dollar is going to go up in value. And so I'm looking for oil to do some damage here. Look at that. I like it. I'm going to take an oil trade too. This is crazy. 72.41. My stop loss is going to be about 61.53. Okay. Not 653. 61.53. I'm going to keep it small, like 1 for 3. I've never traded gold before. I mean, oil. But this is it's all the same trade. Don't you understand? It's all the same trade. I'm speculating that the dollar is going to drop pretty hard. And oil's about to rip. Okay? And see how meticulous I am about everything I'm doing here. And so I'm long oil, I'm long gold, I'm long Bitcoin. And there you go. See what's going to happen here. It's going to delete my take profit and stop loss, which is so weird. You see? I should just change the buy limit, but. So now look, I got no take profit and stop loss. It's weird, right? They should keep those in position. Now I got to kind of remember what I did. 72.41, 61.53, right? But just, help out the trader, man. Make it easier for me. So I don't have to, less work for me is better. The exchange makes more money when you do that too. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you make it easier for me, you make more money. Like I could never understand exchanges that don't get that, right? It's like you're hurting yourself when you help the trader. It's important. So all these tweaks are helpful. Have a good time trading, folks. Going to do some household stuff. See you tomorrow. God bless you, man. Hope you're having fun in the house. I'm closing one gold position to open another. I didn't say it was a smart move. I didn't say it was a dumb one. Hey, God bless you, man. Oh, easily 1,000 more futures contract. Yeah. Nah, my trade isn't winning right now. It's still down 54. Actually, they just rejected it yet again. Look at this. Look at this. People are so quick to take money on the small. All the 100Xs are in and out so fast. Like, they're not letting the bigger time frames prevail. So there's less people in the market. There's too much leverage trading and speculation, and it's not letting the actual price action play out. There's too much buying and selling on these too much little time buying and selling. Let the 4 hour do its thing. Like, let these small time frames breathe, right? Always fun to hear learning from you, Sam. Thank you so much. Shout out to Servando Estrada. God bless you, bro. Thank you. What coin is that the streaker for the game had written on him? Can we look at it? That one up for fun. I have no idea. I didn't watch the streaker from the game. I didn't see any of that. I didn't pay attention to that. I did not watch the halftime show at all. I turned it off right as the second quarter ended. With like a second it turned off. I turned it off. I took a nap, talked to my daughter, and then I turned it on. Right when I turned it on, the third quarter started. So I didn't even need to see any shenanigans. I knew better. I don't know if he wore a dress. I don't know if he did or didn't. And again, we respect Puerto Rico. We respect all the cultures and all that, but it's America, man. You know what I mean? This is America. Like, I don't know. I'm cool with it, though. Like, I'm open-minded, man. I don't know why people get so uptight about stuff. It's like, so what? You know? And I keep seeing Enzo, too. That's been on the radar, just something to look at. Monad, I think, is a real project that came out, but just didn't get enough buzz because the whole market was in a horrible place. Yeah. Lifer 93.7 accurate, I guess. Some days I feel like, some days I struggle too, and I'm always just like, man, I get in my head. Just like every human being does. Let's take a look at the fan funding and see what's happening today. Okay, hey, Lifer, what percentage of income you think is reasonable for someone to invest in? We went over that. Hey, Sam, you're amazing. Just question on your thoughts on silver right now. Thank you. We talked about that. Sam, you've already won in my eyes. I look up to you, and I learn from you every single day. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. And God bless you, Sam, for coming into my life much more than trading. Thank you. Very nice of you to say. Thank you for helping me. I love your perspective on wins and losses. You're taking your model because it's a conviction. I've been trying the anchor view up with your model. Cool, man. Sure, that's so funny. People making fun of a loss trade don't respect the risk themselves. The side risk, pull the trigger, live with it. Haters get liquidated constantly. It is in the statistics. Amen. Life you rock, brother. Keep it up. I look forward to your stream every morning. Godspeed on the leg. Healing. Thank you. And can you check out crude oil? The ticker is CL, Sammy. CL. Crude oil futures. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they look exactly the same as what we're talking about, and it looks like they're about to erupt. How does that not pump? I mean, anything could happen, but that looks so bullish to me. That's why I opened up the long on oil. So we traded oil, we traded gold, we traded Bitcoin. We got them all, baby. And it looks like we may prevail over time here. This is a trade I just want to walk away, come back in 2 hours, paid in the shade. Okay. And if you want to trade these assets, you could trade them live on BTCC. You can also trade them on Weeks. You could trade it on MEXC. Okay? MEXC has the lowest fees of anything in the game, but it doesn't have access to gold and all the other stuff like Tesla and stuff. So BTCC, man. And it's the oldest exchange in the game. BTCC, they've never had an issue. Definitely something you want to pay attention to there when it comes to like security and exchanges. BTC has never had a problem. Never, never, never. So... And here we go, man. Can this 4 hour candle turn green again? Flip it. And that's why I longed, because this 4 hour candle turned green. That's the whole point. We took the long on the higher low. We're seeing if that can prevail over time. So we're just trading candles and higher lows. We're not doing anything crazy. I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm not giving you 1,000 ideas at once. Just one step, one key concept at a time. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Is that giving anything back to the altcoins, or is that going to start ripping again? For the whole market to come back strong, I believe Bitcoin dominance has to kind of pump, because Bitcoin has to come back and show that it's solid, that it's that it can make a new all-time high, it can rip. So I'm looking for this to bounce here, just like Bitcoin, and I look for Bitcoin dominance to bounce. So I don't think it's altcoin season. I'm looking for Bitcoin dominance to get tight here and bounce back to the upside, break through this trend line. It's pretty narrow recently. Been in like a tight, see this? It's just been in a very tight range. Yeah, so at the end of the day, though, when I look at Bitcoin dominance, I'm looking for this trend line to hold. I'm looking for it to get tight. I'm looking for it to eventually break out. Get tight and break out. I feel like before anything can happen, we got to see Bitcoin dominance do its thing. Now, tether dominance, we want to see dipping. We don't want to see it ripping. And right now, it looks kind of interesting. It doesn't look amazing. It did make this head and right shoulder, but it seems to be... Anyway, let's zoom out. I always have to, like, get rid of my old stuff and really take a look. First things first, it broke through a major resistance that it hasn't been above since November of 2023. So that's crazy. It's been about 2.5 years since it broke above this level. So it is a resistance zone, but it also, you know what I mean? To be honest, this looks like there could be more downs. It looks to me like you're going to go sideways for Bitcoin for weeks, and then we could still get a dump. You know, what we're looking for is a head and shoulder, but it's still too early to tell. Right? So we'll watch this closely, but, you know, if this starts to go sideways and the 21 comes up, then you kind of see Bitcoin's making a bear flag. And you're going to have to take that for what it is. Are we in the green yet? Can we flip green on these trades? We're getting so tight. Now, that's the model. That's a bull pennant above the 200, touching the 21. And I know I don't trade Mondays, but dang. This is looking tight and right. And so, hey, I got my conviction. I go from there. We'll see what happens. XRP looks like it could bump too. I wouldn't be trading altcoins though right now. Let's take a look at Solana. It looked tight on the 1 hour just the other day. Look at this. Everything's about to move. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to find out what the market's going to do. 20 at the most. Like, I don't see how I'm 4 or 5 day candles. We're either going to get a dump or a pump, folks. I will tell you, symmetrical triangles mainly dump recently. So the odds are this is going to dump in our face and we're going to get rejected. Sad to say. But anything is possible. Let's see. And like, why are you trading against the odds then, Sam? I mean, I'm just going on that 4 hour tweezer bottom on Bitcoin. That's it. Let's go, man. Let's see if we can get the move. 1 hour actually is in the model. The 1 minute. So let's see, man. 1 minute says we pump. 1 minute says we pump. Let's go. You guys believe in me. You guys say I win the trade. So my group says we win the trade, man. I asked for a poll here. You guys told me it's gonna rip. So thanks for crude oil. You guys gave me a nice call on crude oil. I appreciate that. Yeah. Halftime show was lit. Anyone who hates themselves. God bless you, man. Yeah. Massa looking insanely bullish on the 1 hour. Massive head and shoulders aiming for the 40%. I'm not hating. I just didn't watch it. I heard a man was going to wear a dress. I don't want my girls watching stuff like that. But again, I don't know if that was true. I didn't corroborate. I didn't find out. No way of knowing. Wow, we're getting the pump to the upside here for Bitcoin. And now Sammy is in the winning circle here on the trade. Let's see if gold ripped too with Bitcoin a little bit. Gold getting a little bit of a move, but it's mainly Bitcoin right now getting the jump. We're up about $120. Nothing crazy, but we did break the trend. And so far, it could start to kind of go our way here. But you never know, man. It could be false move Monday with a fake pump to the upside that gives us absolutely nothing. Okay. Yeah. Let's go. Get it, Sammy. Whole market is starting to move. I mean, I could tell by TA when things are about to happen because they get tight. The tighter we get, the more you know something's about to happen. You know. My guy, World Boo, you're funny. Got to get above 69.8. I agree with that. And that's the resistance right here, 69.8. You got to push through it. Once you push through it, 71,000 looks like a shoo-in. Trend is your friend with those symmetrical triangles. They are. It usually dumps to the downside. I'll tell you that. Well, anyway, we'll see. Sammy defying the odds, 69,700. Let's go, baby. Let's go. And so we looked at Bitcoin dominance. We looked at Tether dominance. Sol breaking out of the flag. Sol, baby, Sol. Just higher risk, same idea when it comes to trading the altcoins. Higher risk, same idea. Okay. Sending love to you and the family. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto. Randy, we love you. Thank you so much, Randy. I ruptured my Achilles. I think you might have known or found out. Well, some people know, some people don't. I didn't, you know what I mean? But I ruptured my Achilles. I have surgery on Thursday. I will not be able to stream on Thursday, so stream for me, Randy. Have a good stream for me. I'll stream in the morning. I'm not going to miss my stream, but, you know. And so we love you. Thank you so much, Miss Teen Crypto, Randy. We love you. We appreciate you. I love your I've been doing Instagram harder than ever, and so your stuff comes across. Hey, I want to buy some Bitcoin. That's a good idea. Yo, you're funny. You're so funny. You do a really good job, man. You make me think I got to start doing some fun stuff like this. Making 2 characters, going back and forth. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's funny. People say I feel better. And it's interesting. It's like, when you're sick, people say feel better. And I appreciate what you said, because no one knows what to say. It's like, you're going to have an operation. It's going to take, 2 to 4 months for me to begin to even walk again. It's going to take a year for me to begin to walk the right way. And so isn't that crazy? Like, I lost the use of my legs, man. My leg. I lost the use of my leg. Look at my trade playing out, everybody. We're getting a move to the upside here. Sammy may just win at least the scalp, but both are going our way right now. Up 360 on the move. Did gold get a jump? I just want to see, is it an overall market? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, 45. Crude oil is still somewhat flat, but we're going to get the bigger move later on in the week. I watched women playing hockey, kind of the opposite of halftime show. Halftime show was on, but not in front of the elliptical. I was using Sweden and France. Made men's football look weak. You're funny. Yeah, we pumping 70,150. Sammy in Vegas called along. A man had 1,000 problems until he became unhealthy. Then he had one problem, 100%. My birthday is next month. I'll be streaming and giving away some income. I love how you always give back, so I wanted to do that too. Hey, God bless you. It comes back to me every single time I give. My favorite thing to do is to give on my birthday now. Because, man, God's blessed me with so much, I got to give back. I got to give back. Someone said, take your profits. No need to be your hero. I feel you. Nice pump to the upside for Bitcoin. And again, remember, one is just a scalp. One is just a scalp. We're looking to get that $500 on the scalp. And let's just kind of let it cook. Givers gain every time I give, Randy, I get back every single time. Specifically, I've learned every time I go to dinner, I give a really nice tip. The next day I go live and someone gives me like $800 on the live stream. And I'm always like, they give me like 3 times what I tipped the person. So like every time I give it away, it comes back to me every single time. Thank you for 5 gifted memberships. Much appreciated. And I will be on your show. I would like to, I know I'm supposed to be on your show, Randy, and I think I didn't ever mean to blow you off. We were like talking and texting. I just get so in my head and my kids, and I get busy as heck. I always tell my team to schedule it for me so I don't mess those things up. But if you email cryptolifers@gmail, even though you have my text, I'll say, yeah, I'll be there, and then I'll forget. But if you email cryptolifers, my wife will get me on the schedule, and I would love to jump on. So I don't want to be left out of the Miss Teen Crypto Train, all right? So is there a reason why NVIDIA is up so much today? People are just playing. It's the dollar's dropping, man. And anything worth value is going to have a bit of a move. This could come right back down on a false move Monday. Is that did the 5-minute get above the 200? It's bad. The 5-minute hit the 200, but it's it's a little far from the 21. So look, this is what I go for. That's it. I mean, that's the whole move. That's really what I'm looking for every single day. Remember we played it even yesterday to continue to pump. I'm going to stay in these trades. I was in them for too long. Right? Remember people saying I was going to lose? Where the people said I was going to lose the trades? And again, I never know. I haven't won yet. So, yeah. 6-hour candle. Tell the story, Sam. Thank you. Let's take a look at the 6-hour. What is he saying there on the 6-hour? And Solana booming to the upside. That's almost going to hit the target there at 87. That's a big move for Solana. I know people that make off a dollar move, they make 30 grand off these moves, man. It's crazy. Yeah, my wife is amazing, man. Randy is not. She's telling the truth, man. My wife is the best. I don't even like talking about my wife because it makes other men jealous because I got the best wife in the game. If your wife isn't as good as mine, then you're just, sorry. You know what I mean? My wife cooks for me. My wife has, and I make sure she has help. But she cooks for me. She loves me. She got my suit ready today for me. She got my tie, my pocket square. And sometimes I am rude. Sometimes I'm a tough guy to be around. I'm not easy. I'm being honest. I was raised by an old Irish guy. I'm not always the perfect, and she handles me so well, man. So my wife is the best. She's so loving. She's so kind. 90% of the time I am a teddy bear though, and I'm super sweet, But every once in a while I could be a pain in the butt. I'm sure we all are, man. We're humans, right? Knowing that we are is how we stop doing that, right? So I always call myself out all the time. People are like, why are you going to, And I'm probably not even as bad as I think I am, but I you know what I mean? I just always want to, I want to become a monk where like nothing bothers me. I'm always just sitting there like, yes, my child, I have the answer to everything. You know what I mean? And honestly, the answer to everything is just to stay calm, right? I think we sleep London highs and come back down. You think, huh? That's cool. I don't think anything. I don't do that whole thinking stuff. I just trade the charts, man. Jimmy comes out. It's okay. I know, right? It's like you know me so well, man. Yeah. Sam, if you need anything you need to collaborate after your surgery, anything with me and my family, we'll do it for you, my friend. Thank you, Teddy Bear. I love you, bro. So many lifers, man. They're like, hey, we're here for you. Yeah. Amen. Amen. Shout out to the 1,337 beautiful souls here on the live, man. One of the best live streams in the game. You guys have done so much for me. I'm so blessed. In the hardest times, the harshest times, when most channels are struggling, man, the crypto lifers, you guys keep coming back every single day. And it's because I haven't taken a day off, man, of everyone in the industry. Think about it. If you're the mechanic that never closes, you're going to fix more cars. If you're the pastor that never stops preaching, you're going to save more souls. You know what I mean? If you're the shoemaker that never stops repairing shoes, you're going to repair more people's shoes. More people are going to come to you for their shoes. I figured it out, everyone. Just be the most consistent person in your field, and you're going to win. You're going to win. You're going to win. And then sometimes I feel like the book of Job, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to compare, but like I lost my mom, I lost my dad, I lost my mentor. 18 months. Bam. The closest people that helped me get where I'm at in life disappeared. But you know what? The number one person that helped me get in my life, God, has always been there for me. You know, Jesus reminds you who God is every day. Jesus tells you, listen, I am of the Father. You know, I was listening to the book of John. Even in the book of John, Jesus tells you, I am not God, but I am of God, right? I don't know, you know what I mean? He's so amazing. It's just so amazing, man. And Jesus teaches you, man, I pray to the Father to connect. Jesus teaches you how to connect to the Father, right? He shows you the way. And that's why I think people say, I go through Jesus to get to the Father, because Jesus was the way, right? Jesus is the will and the way. I think that confuses some people. Some people don't understand. They say, but I pray to God. I don't pray to Jesus, right? And so, you know, and what I say to people, I say, you know what? As long as you believe in a creator, you love every single person out there. I know some people are confused by the whole Jesus, the Trinity. That can confuse me. I'm being honest. As a kid, I got very confused by three. You know what I mean? It was just like, there was these three things. What do you mean? I just believe in God? You know what I mean? So yeah, but I don't want to get too into it. Whenever I do, people get crazy. Okay. Yeah. John 1:14. Yeah, if they knew about Elohim, then they wouldn't be confusing. It wouldn't be confusing. See, the Elohim, that's what confused me, because he says, didn't we? He used the word we, didn't we not? And I'm like, who's we then? Right? And the Bible says, didn't we? And I'm always like, who the heck is we? And Elohim is a plural word too. And he's like, well, if, you know. But I don't get into that stuff, because that could be semantical and it could be tough. You know, I was a lost soul for a long time till I was found, or till I accredited the truth. Amen. You know when you're saved. That's all I got to say. Whether, you know when you're saved. You'll know when you're saved. And you'll know when God's calling you too. And you'll feel guilty when you don't answer God. Like, God's going to say, hey, you think I always wanted to talk about God on this channel? You think I woke up and said, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and talk about God every day? No. I wasn't even that, my connection wasn't as strong when I started my YouTube channel. Through my channel, I became strong. Right? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. He came from the Father, see? Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Stress leaves the body when enlightenment enters, 100%. Yeah. Sham Shamoon, for those who doubt. Sham Shamoon. It's funny, man. Some people are telling me Sam Shamoon. The Holy Spirit is our confronter and convictor, and there is the beginning and sending Jesus place so that we all have salvation. Yeah. And it was me, to be honest with you, I was the one of the few percent having 15-minute time frame, having listened, and I thought to have answered it. Amen. And if you like my channel and you don't believe in God, we love you anyway. We don't force our beliefs on you. This isn't a cult where you have to, like, if you don't praise the Lord of Jesus every 5 seconds, we don't shun you. We're here to help everybody find their way and feel blessed. So we're just going to provide love. And I'll tell you what I believe in and what revelations I've had in life, but I don't force them on you. You don't have to force them on me. I just want to make sure you love everyone and you love yourself. And if the first step is loving yourself. Once we get you to love yourself, you can love the world and you can begin to change. But that's how it all starts, right? So look, we're looking for the next flag here to produce another move to the upside. See, the 21 will keep touching price and hopefully you'll touch it at a higher low. And this is also how the stochastics RSI work. Okay, you're going to use as the stochastics RSI kind of go in conjunction with this idea. All right. And again, look, these aren't huge gains. I had to risk a lot to make these gains. And I could have easily lost thousands of dollars in front of everyone just to be up, $350. Like, this is not an easy game. Trading is very difficult. Yeah. Exactly. The gate is open. Change is upon us. The awakening is happening. I agree, man. You have me since years, Sam. Watching you since I don't know how many years now, and I was down so much. You helped me alongside. Yeah, and it goes back to that story. I was talking to my buddy the other day. It's just my favorite story, and you all probably, most of you know it. Most of you know it. But, you're walking, and there's 2 sets of footprints with you, and Jesus is walking with you. And all of a sudden, it gets really hard, and all of a sudden, there's 1 set of footprints. And the person says, gee, God, you were there the whole time. When it got so hard, you left me, you abandoned me. And God says, no, those weren't your footprints. That's when I carried you, man. That's when I carried you, And that makes me get emotional because my injury right now has reduced me to a child. I can't run around the house. I got to ask my wife for help. When I'm in serious pain, I can't just go and get my tie. I have to ask my daughters for things. When it doesn't make sense for me to walk across the room, I don't. I'm in pain. And so I've been reduced to how it is to be a child. I need other people to help me right now. And as the man of the family, the independent man of the family, that's not easy. That's tough for me. It's really tough for me. So I have to submit and ask God to carry me right now. And that's okay. That's okay. Thank God I have God to carry me. Thank God I have that inside and I have that connection. Because I know it's so real that I am going to be carried. There's no doubt in my mind that I'm going to make it through this with flying colors. You know what I'm saying? There's no doubt in my mind. And I've never seen more people go to the Bible than in the last 2 weeks. More people I know are reading the Bible than ever. My buddy Mario started reading the Bible. He always was in it, but he's in it. Miss Teen Crypto seems to be more rejuvenated by the Bible than when I first met her. I'm more into the Bible than ever. Jason Casper, basically came into my life in a cool way, and he's been teaching me. So many people out here are connected to the Word of God. And again, I never thought my channel would be around the Word of God. I never thought it would be something that I would mention all the time. But it's just what happened to me in my life. It's just a part of my journey and a part of my story. And I don't lie to you guys. I tell you guys every part of the story. Sometimes it's not perfect, right? Sometimes you hear more than you want. Sometimes you know more than you're willing to get. And you can say, well, Sam, we didn't come here to talk about God. We came here to talk about the charts, but I gave you so much information about the charts. I showed you the monthly all the way down to the 1 minute. I showed you how the 1 minute plays out above the 200 with the flag. I showed you my strategy playing out with the 200 above the 200. I made live trades in front of you. I traded gold, silver, and oil. I traded gold, Bitcoin, and oil. I don't know what else I could do. And we talked about God. I had a good time. And, we just kind of, I started going to church last March after my bank account was drained and I was at the bottom. I submitted him. How did your bank? You got to tell me how that happened, because I thought I knew how it happened, but I still don't know the truth. And I guess maybe I'm not supposed to know the truth, but everyone likes a little bit of gossip, right? I got to know what happened to Miss Teen Crypto, you know what I mean? But seriously, I shouldn't say gossip, but and I think I know without knowing, and I think with just you winking at me, I could figure it out. But I just wanted you to know, have no fear, have no stress. We have angels by our side, and I'm sure you know that. And There's so many beautiful people around us in our community. Our community is strong. And we're there for each other in many, many ways. So the book of wisdom is wild, and I'm starting to believe they removed Jesus to stop his true teachings, which you won't fully find in the Bible. You know, I got into this whole thing that Jesus wrote the book of love and he was telling people to transcend. At the end of the day, wasn't it to transcend through the body? When you mention his name, the devil will seep through the cracks to defy his truth and love. You see it every time in the chats. Speak his name and hate follows. Praise those who consume by hatred. Love you, Sam. God bless. Amen, Mr. Dirty Deeds. You know what it is? It's okay, though. We prevail over time no matter what. We prevail over time no matter what. This tells me we're going to pump again. We're going to make a flag above the 200, touch the 21, and continue this move further to the upside. I had a feeling we wouldn't see the bigger gains on the stream. Hey, but at least, I bet you, did anyone make gains with the education that they learned today on the live stream? Did you actually get in and sell? Are you still in a trade? Put a 333 if you made gains with the lifer or you figured out how to trade with the crypto life. Again, you and you only have I sinned and done what is evil in your sight, and you are right in your verdict to justify when you judge. Surely I was sinful at birth. Interesting. This chat made my day. God bless you. You made our day, Miss Team Crypto, and we love you. And we support you, and we want you to continue to win. Okay? If you win, I win. Okay? If every streamer keeps winning as a whole, we win. I look at crypto like this. Okay? I look at crypto like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about, what's a sport that's coming out that really, that's new, that, I'm trying to think of something. But anyway, let's just say you have the NFL. You have the MLB, right? You have the NHL, and you have the NBA, okay? They're all vying. They all want you to buy. NFL wants you to buy an NFL jersey. NBA wants you to buy NBA jerseys. And some people buy them all, but, someone only has $100. And some kid goes, I just love the NFL. And he buys, so what? And I love the NBA. I love NHL. Again, NHL probably makes the least. No one watches hockey anymore, but you know what I'm saying. The point is, and then we have cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrency is like the Crypto League Association. Let's call it the CLA, right? And the more people that stream, the bigger this is comparatively. Where are you going? For a walk? I can't walk with you? I can't go for a walk anymore? Can you tell everyone how hard this has been to see me hurt? Please. Come on. They're here. They just want, just tell them what it's like to live with a cripple. They love you. Oh,
I wouldn't call you.
Come down here and sit on my lap. Sit on my lap, honey.
I have to go, Sam.
Sit on my lap. There you go. Oh, yeah.
What do you want me to tell them?
There we go.
It's really important not to take any single moment for granted, because you can literally lose your ability to walk in a split second. And I think that's what the takeaway from this is. Always be grateful. Always be grateful. And what does it feel like? Taking care of Sam is not easy. It's not easy taking care of Sam.
Why are you talking about? You're gonna hurt my ears. Oh my gosh. Wait, could you get me God bless you, Mama. Beautiful. I can hear her love for you. In the blink of an eye, a car could smash you from behind. I know. So crazy, man. Get a room. The cripple life. The cripple life for you guys. And 70,250, man. We're holding it. We're holding it, baby. Trades are the highest they've been since we started the stream, right? Let's go, baby. 8%. I told you I'm the king of 8%. Yeah. There's people there actually crippled. I know. That's... Sorry. God bless the life. I got to be grateful and be mindful of what I say, right? He goes, single people over here, stop bragging. I'm bragging because I love my wife? Oh my God, man. This is so crazy, bro. You kiss your wife and you're bragging, guys. Tell everyone how much, But chicka wow. You guys are funny. Epstein, how maybe it was just a way to make money and buy a favorite under the table. You're funny. ML fell last week and shattered her wrist. Now needs surgery. I'm so sorry to hear that. Millie. Sam, please master 1 hour chart for the brokies. You guys aren't brokies. You guys are all full of love and light and happiness, man. No brokies here. There's no brokies on my channel. No. You guys are full of too much integrity, light, and love and happiness, and that's not broke. You guys are full of love, light, and this is just the best stream in the game. Let's take a look at what you're saying there for MSTR. And, you know, I see Miss Teen Crypto, we had to bring the wifey out. You know what I mean? Get that feminine energy out here on the stream, you know? You know what's interesting? Let's take a look at Master on the bigger time frames for a second. I think it's a beautiful buy. I mean, to buy things when they're beat up like this, it can only be a good thing. You know, it's got to be good. If I bought only assets at the 786 Fibonacci retracement, I'd have to say that that is the low. I mean, look at that. I mean, how does it go lower? Anything is possible, right? Bitcoin goes lower, it goes lower. And Strategy bought more Bitcoin today on top of it all. They bought more Bitcoin today, everyone. All right. Yeah, you need to get the Book of Wisdom. Interesting. Sam, the Book of Wisdom. What is the Book of Wisdom? The Book of Wisdom. The Book of Wisdom, also known as the Wisdom of Solomon, and some Christian Bible canons. Interesting. It's written in Greek during the Hellenistic period. It's important text for understanding the development of the Jewish thought and its relationship to Greek philosophy. Goodrich introduction provides historical and cultural context. The Book of Wisdom. Interesting. 1,080 life lessons. I like Master right here. MicroStrategy right here. Or Strategy, sorry. Strategy. I mean, buying the 786 at oversold regions on big time frames on the monthly. Look at that. Looks like it finally make that higher low there. If that closes green on the weekly, I would probably get into a long. I like Master right now. I mean, I like a Strategy right now. I think it's a screaming buy. And I think whoever buys now is going to be pleasantly surprised in a couple years. But again, that's just me. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice, and I don't want to force it. So, our trade's still doing okay. This flag is still intact, looking like it could continue further to the upside. The 4-hour candle did close. And so we got some good insight today here on the stream. And it was just a special stream, right? There was something really special about today. God bless everybody. Thank you so much. Mr. Dirty Deeds, thank you so much. We mention Jesus and God every single day on this channel, no matter what, man. And we will not be stopped. No leg will stop me. No pain will stop me. No medical issue will stop me. I'll continue to push forward every single day. It's going to be tough after the surgery. I'm going to have to keep my foot very elevated for a while, but we're going to make it through no matter what. And we're going to push through for each and every one of you. So I will not stop the streak no matter what. I will keep pushing. Everyone, if you're watching me, I'm going to be more active in the night. I always just kind of watch my trades throughout Monday afternoon, and we'll see where we go. And I'll keep you guys up to date with what happens on all these trades, right? Follow me at CryptoLifer33. I greatly appreciate it. Follow his new health channel, Chris MMM Health. It's really awesome that he's doing that. Making good information every single day. All right. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. And I thank you so much for being amazing and being awesome. Oh, one thing I thought that was kind of funny. Maybe I should or shouldn't play it, but I thought it was hilarious. I thought this was really funny. This was funny, man.
This is your favorite president, and this message is for Bad Bunny, or as I call him, the Nasty Rabbit. El Conejo Desagradable. He's a nasty rabbit and a stupid rabbit. Anytime you see a guy in a dress, that's a very stupid person. So he's a nasty guy, a horrible guy. They call him Bad Bunny. I call him the worst bunny. Think about it. And nobody knows bunnies quite like I do. I get along very well with many of the highly respected bunnies all around the world. I have a tremendous relationship with Bugs Bunny. He said to me, "What's up, Doc?" He said, "Sir, what's up, Doc, sir?" I said, "You don't have to call me Doc. You could call me Donald." But Bugs Bunny is a tremendous bunny. He does a fantastic job on the baseball field. He plays every position. You look at him, but He does a fantastic job. I get along very well with Roger Rabbit. And what happened to him was horrible, you know. They say, sir, who framed Roger Rabbit, sir? I said, it was probably the fake news and the Democrats. They frame everybody. But he got a raw deal. And so we gave him a pardon because what happened to Roger Rabbit was...
Oh, it's too much, man. The guy did it perfectly, though. I mean, like, I've never seen a better one, right? Like, he nailed it. That was crazy. Anyway, and I saw that this morning. It made me laugh pretty hard, man. You know, Roger Rabbit, he just does it so well. Like, the way he talk, no one talks like that. Like, it's such an interesting way to talk, man. It's purely fascinating. It's fascinating. Absolutely lovely. You know, sir, good sir. I can't even do it. And I'm usually good at that stuff, but I don't know why I can't pull that one off. But shout out to everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in. Let me just take a look at the viewership as we run out of here. God bless everyone for being part of the live stream. An amazing live, by the way. Just really, really love it. And you know what? We're still in this long. We're going to see what happens here on this Monday as they're playing with the charts. But our indicators are telling us that there's a move further to the upside. So we're sticking to what we've been trading and how we've been trading. And we're going to go from there. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for being part of this amazing live stream. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the love. Thank you for everyone that jumped on in today and made the viewership in the channel absolutely amazing. We appreciate you. We love you. If you want to know more, go to cryptolifer.com to find out more about me and how you can join the Discord, find out more about what I know, and get my teachings. Go to cryptolifer.com to find out more today. I'm here every single day. Everyone, thank you so much for being amazing. Thank you for being awesome. And I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Interesting. I'm like, why am I so overblown there? My shirt shouldn't be so overblown. But anyway, need I digress. I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you all tomorrow. Stay blessed. Stay amazing. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. I started one day and now I'm here. I don't know how I got this far. And I'll continue to go every single day. God bless you. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.